Wow. I haven't breathed that hard all trip long. Okay, so there's a few parts. One is I've been on the hot seat before about my son. My son left, he stopped living with me when he was 16. I gave him 14 years to come back. And we had some wonderful conversations, and he's 24 now, 25 now. And so he's back home, he moved back in. So that's kind of that's a change in momentum, because it was really going the other way, and now it's going this way. And
so you must have found a way to be all right anyway. You must have been able to have that contrasting experience and mostly stay in alignment. Yeah. That's nice, isn't it?
And it was like I said, I can wait till he's 29, and then I'm going to reevaluate. So it was good, because he's 4 years early. So that's kind of cool. And I just want to celebrate that. Like, I mean, it's so weird. He goes, "Dad, are you hungry? I'll make you dinner." And that was not in the vortex. It was like just call me from wherever you are once in a while. So this is great. So that's been great.
Yeah.
So that's part one. I've been practicing staying in the vortex 30 days in a row, a month in a row, and it's been very, very good to stay in that, having that awareness.
Did you find that this important thing that you'd wanted for a long time, that you managed to accomplish through your personal, individual, vibrational alignment? Did the manifestation of something that you had aligned with, did it make it easier for you to stay in alignment? In other words, when something happens, finally, but nevertheless, when something happens as you intended it to be,
Of course.
But since it took long enough for it to come, you're not now needing those kinds of things to keep you feeling good. You figured out how to feel good anyway, and now it's easy to stay there.
Yes. It's like a bonus. I get a bonus. Okay, good. All right. So it's been great, and I'm kind of monitor, and just before I was waiting to get the taxi to the airport, and I had like this call that was I almost told the person to get lost and die. And I said, "No, you're going on this trip." So I handled the situation, and then I'm on the phone, ready to put my phone on flight mode, and the same thing manifested. And I said, I was really in alignment, and I said, "It's okay, it's all okay, it's all okay." I put the phone and said, I'm going to Europe. So when I was in my room, and then very similar to the experience with my mother, I was looking in the mirror. And that was like 6 months ago or 8 months ago. And then I was looking in the mirror, and I was so compelled again. And then I could hear subtle whispering thoughts in my head, but they were very quiet, and they were saying little things like, "Oh, is that your mom?" And it wasn't. "Should you be, what's going on here?" And they were quiet, so it did not disturb the connection I felt with me with me. And it was very, very soothing to just be in love with myself for a few minutes, and those little thoughts that's okay. Those thoughts were okay.
So what you're talking about is having had the opportunity for momentum to get going in a direction that you didn't want it to, but catching it enough in the early subtle stages that you maintained your balance, and then.
Yeah, and it was like, it was delicious. I was it. And so this is kind of maybe a step 4 thing, but then after that, like with people I've met before, or people who are Abers, or people who are not Abers, the contrast was the biggest contrast I've ever experienced, like orneriness, accusations, character assassinations, bops in the head. And I'm going, wow, this is like, but what's different is that, like, I can navigate that. Like, it was so easy for that to exist and be done with it. Like, and I don't feel any residue about any of it.
Does it feel to you that you're navigating your own waters regardless of what's going on around you?
Yes.
Do you feel a need for the approval of others or support of others?
Absolutely not. I would be a mushy bowl of spaghetti if I allowed that to happen.
Because?
Because then I would take it as truth, and it's not true.
So you're saying that the only thing that is significant to you is what you know and what you think and how you align?
Yes.
Then you're free.
Yeah, it feels very, 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 very free.
Yeah. 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 And without some contrast, you wouldn't really know that, would you?
Yes. It was like, yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah. So I've met, like, everyone here has been wonderful.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Enough? Yeah.